So I've just arrived in Valpolicella and I'm gonna meet my group tomorrow morning. I'm just out exploring a little bit to see how things are looking. It's gorgeous and we are staying right there. I'm spending 5 days in Veneto, touring with a group of folks that I've met over the years of doing the grape tours in Florence. Some are true grape trotters and have been to other regions with me before. People like myself who love to explore and taste local wines and foods. So I'm really excited to explore some of the best wine regions of Veneto with this group. Veneto is in the region of northeastern Italy that lies on the Adriatic, known for its historical trade empire of Venice, the romantic town of Verona, and the Alps in the hinterland. Except for Lake Garda, where we can find some interesting whites and rosés on morainic soils, most of the interesting wine regions are in the foothills of the Alps, where one can even find volcanic soils. Veneto is one of Italy's most productive wine regions and has had a reputation for mass-produced and price-conscious bottlings. Nice and sweet. Luckily, there are producers who focus on native grape varieties, terroir, and identification of single vineyard sites. The training system for a lot of the vineyards in Veneto is the traditional horizontal pergola, which allows the grapes to ripen slowly. Very cute. This is the hotel room. I've already made a bit of a mess in here, but it's really cute, isn't it? It is a very nice size bathroom as well. I have just arrived in Verona. It's beautiful. I'm actually not visiting this time around. I don't really have time, but I'm picking up my guests here in less than half an hour, so I better get going. We're going to be exploring for 5 days. Different wine regions around Veneto mainly. We're going to be going to Lugana today and different areas over the next few days. So follow along on this adventure. Ready to depart for the Veneto tour! Yay! So we are at a tower in the Lugana region called San Martino. It was built between 1880 and 1892 in the honor of the king who had just died, Vittorio Emanuele II. And it's a monument to remind the Italians of the unification of Italy, which was through numerous battles before the country was unified as a kingdom in, I think, 1861. A famous dictum from 1861 goes, "We have made Italy, now we have to make Italians," and it profoundly illustrates the constructed nature of the Italian national identity. Our first day was a little gloomy, and we were expected for a vertical tasting at a local winery. We had just a short time to explore, and it was far to the top. But the climb turned out to be worth it with a magnificent view over Lake Garda and the Lugana and Bardolino wine regions, even on an overcast day.
All right, we're at our first stop, this winery in Lugana.
Lugana is an interregional appellation that has become one of the top references for white wines in Italy that takes well to aging in the bottle. The grape variety is known as Turbiana.
It was like a table grape. It was so sweet.
Yeah.
This is a Turbiana di Lugana. We also have two key grapes. That's the first one we picked, and it's that field over there. We also have some other fields, but that's the closest nearby. There is Grape, which is red. It's the grape variety of the lake.
We got to compare 3 different vintages of the top white wines and got to grips with the Great Lake varieties of this area of Italy. It soon started to downpour, and when we were done with wine shopping, we went to the winery's nearby restaurant to continue our tasting of typical dishes.
And not necessarily in an open form, if you can send me the rolls.
We had a pumpkin flan with taleggio cheese and a local salami, risotto with a smoked scamorza cheese and red radicchio, ravioli, cacio and pepe, and a meat dish that I devoured before capturing it, and a delicious tiramisu. The rain was incessant, but we made it to Valpolicella so our group could check in and get comfy. And luckily we had dinner planned right at the winery resort. The next morning, the weather had cleared and the winery we were staying at was out harvesting.
It's quite exciting to be here during harvest. The weather has cleared up since the first day of rain. It's now beautifully clear. The sun is back with blue skies, and the harvesters are all around us harvesting this morning. And I wanted you to see where we stay. So we're in this lovely bed and breakfast, which is actually part of a winery. So there's also plenty of wine for us.
On this day, we are headed to the regions of Gambellara and Soave. Even if both use the same grape, the Garganega, the 2 regions have 2 separate DOCG appellations.
This place is very, very small place. But many years. For me, the difference of Gambellara and the Soave is the soil. Gambellara have only 2 kinds of soil. Soave is a big area and change the soil. Going very, very fast to harvest 3 years ago, and also planted the new vine.
Oh, you double it, take 20%.
In the sense that since 1933, we've only made wine with 100% Garganega. So Garganega being the most indigenous plant, it grows naturally here. It's not an international plant. It's something very unique to us, to this area. So since the very beginning, it's only Garganega. And so what I'm hoping to pass along today is, really all the shades of Garganega, and really how fun it is to see all the evolutions that one grape variety can have. Now our Recioto continues to be on cork because the discipline requires for that. So our most historical wine, which is the first DOCG of Veneto, the region we're in.
Into the wine, correct? Because the country tends to be, they use glass.
Thank you.
Especially Soave wines, which take their name from this village, are some of Italy's most renowned dry whites.
It's a nice color. So this is just a welcome drink. And then we have a basic crunch, tomato ice cream, parmesan foam. The black one is a gel made with the skin of the aubergine, and behind you have the cream of aubergine.
What's in here? This is it, our little minibus that takes us around on our Grape Trotters trips. When we come here in Veneto, we'll go to Piemonte in it, to Umbria, Le Marche, Sicily, and so forth. It fits 8 passengers plus me. So I'm the driver, And the great thing about it is that there's also room for at least one piece of larger luggage per person, and it fits on the small country roads that goes to the better wineries. So this is it, and I'm ready for today, so just waiting for people to come out after breakfast.
That is more bigger than the country.
We're in the famous red wine region, Valpolicella Classica, visiting a small family-owned winery.
There are other cuisines from Sicily, but the oak is from Austria and Slovenia. Here inside there is Amarone della Valpolicella Vintage 2023. Atto A, vino biologico organic wine. Okay. Atto A means that is not now Amarone della Valpolicella, but can became, because all the wine before bottled should be go a commission of enologist.
We then stopped for lunch in one of my favorite restaurants, and it did not disappoint.
On a piece of bread.
This region is especially appreciated for its rich Amarone della Valpolicella, made from partially dried grapes, but also for the lighter Valpolicella Ripasso.
Terroir, the different exposition to the sun that we have, the altitude, we will have lots of different expressions of the same wine inside a single municipality, for example. That is more green, the rasp. So it's fresher.
Right.
You have to control the rasp in the first week in order to tell how old the grapes are. It's the same Amarone ready for introduction with the same line of aromas.
The array of aromas you can get in Amarone are ripe berries, dried fruit, tobacco, licorice, dark chocolate, coffee, leather, and spices. It's already a new day, and we are in Briganze, where one of my favorite dessert wines is made from a grape called something as cute as Vespaiola.
Because we have to see, because to make like this is a very hard work.
Yum. Two big pieces of sausage. Do you want one?
And for the great joy of all the cheese lovers, we stopped in the mountains in Asiago to see how the cheese that goes by the same name of the town is made.
Then stop, then slowly, then this for about 2 hours. Okay. In these 7 months, we turned the cheese once a week. Product of mountains. Okay. 2011.
2011.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. The price for the market.
Ka-ching.
Yes. Is about 300 euro a kilo.
The dairy exceeded all expectations, and after tasting as much cheese as we could, we continued to our next destination, Valdobbiadene, the historical heart of Italy's most famous bubbly wine, Prosecco. The weather forecast didn't look too good, but at least our hotel had great rooms, lovely staff, and we woke up to the best breakfast ever. Sorry, I forgot to film that.
I like your positive attitude.
I love the softness. I mean, look at the hills. They're gorgeous.
You can find in Prosecco wine, Bianchetta, Trevigiana, and Recantina, a red grape. Now we are going to see the starting of the process to produce our wines.
Prosecco is mainly made from the Glera variety and is most commonly crafted into bubbly spumante by the tank method. It comes in various versions, but the very dry styles tend to be the most popular.
We have 5 hectares and we need nearly 10 days to complete the harvesting. So now is in the end of September. In the 1950 was in the end of October, November, because the climate changed. Yeast is completely natural. It's like there are, for example, beer. The beer in Belgium is the same technique. Top of the pyramid is the Cartize of quality. Is this small, like a pentagon, only 106 hectares is there. And we are here with my winery. This is the Cartize, so come from the area, delimited area. We have 1 hectare, and this one we sell, we produce 2,000 bottles of this.
Italy's best Prosecco hails from the beautiful hills around Asolo and Valdobbiadene.
Prego.
We toured both and loved the region, its people, wines, and food. The wine industry of Veneto is truly dynamic, with great traditions and wines that are celebrated worldwide.